into a bunch of turtles. And their pet rat? Who are you guys?
Donatello, Raphael, Leonardo, Michelangelo. 4 young wards nicknamed me Splinter. That is how they became the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle.
Who the heck are you?
Hello, me? I'm Steve. I live here.
This is seriously grossing me out. How can you eat that junk?
Okay, first of all, rude. I don't even know you, and this is my house. And second of all,
how can you eat raw fish? Ugh.
look, I don't have time for this. I've got an audition for Fiddler tomorrow. So, new lady person, it's been real. And the rest of you butts, Steve out.
Is it just me, or was the Ninja Turtles cartoon weirder than I remember? Anyway, I'm Justin with the Millennial Mixtape. This is Best Theme Song Ever, episode 10, and as you can probably guess, we're going to be taking a look at one of my childhood favorite shows, the Ninja Turtles. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, to be precise. And I'm hoping that it does well. We will see. There have been so many spin-offs and so many other variations of it. I mean, they've partnered with the Power Rangers. They've partnered with Batman. They had their own live-action series where they introduced a new turtle who then comes into the comic. There's been so many. We're going to focus on the OG, as the kids would say. And by the way, I'm wearing red, but that's only because that's the only solid color shirt that I have. Raphael is not my guy. Donatello forever. Who's your guy? Let me know who your favorite turtle is, or turtle companion is, in the comments below as we dive into the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles this week. Let's see how they do. We're back after this.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Heroes in a half shell. Turtle power.
So this is your first time tuning into Best Theme Song Ever? Here's how it works. Every week I look at a different TV show theme song, I examine the premise or plot of the show as reported by Wikipedia. I then also try and find any information I can on the history of the song. Once I've discussed those two things, I examine the theme song on 4 criteria, which are earwormability, or the song's ability to be an earworm, intentionality of lyrics, title sequence, and timeliness of the song, or how does the song sound in relation to what was on the radio around it. If you want more information on how I rate and review my songs, the rubric is listed right below the like button. Give that a click when you're ready. And with that, let's go ahead and dive into the premise of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I think I'm going to get tired of saying that by the end of this.
We must have the mutagen ready before that rocket takes off this afternoon.
I know. You don't have to tell me.
I'm not. I'm telling the audience.
Alright, so Wikipedia went into great detail to explain how different the show is from the comic book, which is well and good if that's what we were looking for, but we're not. So I'm going to go to IMDb, which has a much more succinct description of what the show was about. People, I know I have a lot of time on my hands, but come on, like, we don't need all that. So here's what IMDb says the premise of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles is. This show tells the adventures of 4 turtles who were transformed into humanoids by a strange ooze and were trained as ninja by a human martial arts master, Hamato Yoshi, who was changed into a humanoid rat, Splinter, by the same substance. Together with the intrepid reporter, April O'Neil, they fight against the threats against the world like Shredder and Krang. Kenneth Cholsum, you nailed it. I mean, we don't need anything more than that. It's a show about 4 humanoid turtles who are ninjutsu, and they fight Shredder. That's it. That's all we need. And then we got some buddies, right? April O'Neil, Casey Jones. That's all we needed. Anyway, so that's the premise of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Let's talk about the history of the theme song.
After all we just went through, how can you even look at a pizza?
I don't want to look at it. I just want to eat it.
Alright, so here's something I didn't know. You probably knew this. The theme song was co-written by Dennis C. Brown and Chuck Lorre. Now, Chuck Lorre you might know as the guy that created The Big Bang Theory. Maybe you're a fan. To me, he's the guy I'm most often confused with the loudmouth on Twitter who used to host the dating show back in the early 90s. That is not Chuck Lorre, that is Chuck Woolery. very different people, I'm guessing. I don't know. They might be the same. Who knows? But you know, I probably couldn't explain it as well as the man himself could, so I'm going to go ahead and let Chuck Lorre explain how he came up with the theme song for the Ninja Turtles.
So whenever there was an opportunity to write music, as opposed to just script writing, you know, I jumped at it. I lobbied for it. I annoyed the producers. I begged. I pleaded. I wanted to do the theme song for the Turtles the minute I heard about it, but the original Turtles were given the job, if I recall correctly.
Think about the girl you love and hold her tight, so happy together.
At the end of the day, I from what I was told, they just didn't. They just shrugged it off. They didn't do anything. We got a call at the 11th hour from the producer and said, you know, can you come up with a theme song, and you know, you have 48 hours. Go. There might have been some animation to look at, and there were key points that you could grab onto. You know, there was obviously the characters, but they had built-in character traits that, and we just, you know, we drew on all of them to try and find something that in 30 seconds or something captured the spirit of the show.
All right, and now we're up to our first criteria, earwormability.
Humans like myself can't be near it when they set it off.
You don't have to explain it to me. I invented it, remember?
I wasn't explaining it to you. I was explaining it to them.
So, as a child of the early 90s and late 80s, this song is ingrained in my head. I watched it every Saturday morning. I had the VHS tapes. I had all of the toys. When I was doing my research for this, I actually found out that one of the first VHS tapes that was mine, totally mine, was episode 3 of season 1 of the Ninja Turtles. And I'm pretty sure my parents paid like $20 for it, like for a single episode of a television show. So I was heavily invested. So much so that one time I saved a turtle from crossing the street and thanked him for all his species had done to entertain me. That's how serious this is. But the theme song really isn't that much of an earworm. Like, I say all of those things to preface the fact that I want to be forgiving to this theme song, but I can't. Like, it's catchy enough that it does the job, but in and of itself, it is not really an earworm. It's actually kind of grating. And so I feel bad for my parents, because who knows how many times I watched this show and forced them to watch it with me. It is not enjoyable. So for earwormability, it does the job. It catches you as a listener and makes you kind of interested in what's going on. But for earwormability, I'm gonna have to hit my turtles on this. I'm gonna have to say a 2 out of 4. It does the job of getting you interested in the show, but it's something that's pretty easily forgettable. Now let's talk intentionality of lyrics.
Garbage.
Ooh, and I took a bath just last month.
They hit it out of the park with this one. I mean, you know exactly what show you're watching in the first verse of the song. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Heroes in a Half Shell, Turtle Power. I mean, if you didn't know what you were in for, then that's your own fault. So they lay it out there from the beginning by telling you what the show is about. And then they go into lyrics like, they're the world's most fearsome fighting team. We're really hip. They're heroes in a half shell, and they're green. Hey, get a grip. When the evil Shredder attacks, these turtle boys don't cut him no slack. So, I mean, like, they're setting up the entire show. I should have just read this as the premise of the show instead of trying to track down something from IMDb or Wikipedia, because here it is. It's all laid out. Intentionality of lyrics, it's a chef's kiss. They hit it out of the park. So for that one, I'm going to give the Turtles a 4 out of 4. Great job, Chuck Lorre and Dennis E. Brown. All right, and now let's talk title sequence.
Why exactly are we doing this?
Yeah, what's the plan, Stan?
What? And ruin the surprise for the viewer?
I got all of the feelings back watching this. I mean, when the turtles emerge from the party van and they're flying through the air, I mean, it's just super exciting. Also, what's really cool is they timed that to match up with, you know, they really started telling you what the show is about. So you're like, oh, it's about the Ninja Turtles. Oh my God. Like, it's fun, and it really does do a good job of selling you on this show, especially if you're an easily influenced 5-year-old who thinks their parents have all the money in the world to buy the action figures. Like, you're all about this. This is your jam. So for title sequence, You get a good sense of the characters following the lyrics. You see what everybody's about. You again see the conflict. Like, it's all there. They do a great job with title sequence as well. So for title sequence, I'm going to give them a 4 out of 4. So we got a 2, a 4, and a 4. Not too shabby, Turtles. Not too bad. Let's go into the last criteria, timeliness of the song.
Very funny. I'll get you for this, Raphael. Come back and fight like a turtle.
Alright, so if we look at when the Ninja Turtles premiered, it was December 14th, 1987. Wow. So, 87. That's a long time ago. But the number one song at that time was Faith by George Michael, which I think we can all agree is a fantastic song. Sounds nothing like the Ninja Turtle song, but again, Earwormability, like I was saying, I mean, they're playing to a crowd. They're playing to susceptible, toddlers and young kids who like need that grating, abrasive, like ADHD situation going on that is the theme song. So it doesn't sound anything like what was on the radio at the time, just because it was going to a completely different demographic, a completely different market. Faith is a really catchy pop song, and the Ninja Turtles ain't. So, it's really not a fair comparison. And just going on my responses about Earwormability, this is not a timeless song. This is a song that very quickly erases itself from time, though the Ninja Turtles were on much longer than I originally thought. So I thought that I was catching like the show as it was on, which maybe is true, but the show premiered in 1987. I was born in 1987, but it ran for 10 seasons, so it was on until 1996. So, I mean, it was on a long time. Anyway, the song doesn't really match up with what was on the radio at the time, and again, it's not timeless. So for timeliness of the song, I'm gonna have to give it a 1 out of 4. Sorry, Turtles. All right, so going into our final tally for the Ninja Turtles, my obsession for the, large part of the beginning of my life, and a little bit into the later part too. The Ninja Turtles have a 2, a 4, a 4, and a 1, and that gives them a 68.7, round up to a 69. Not terrific. It is a D. It is in good company, right? Jake and the Neverland Pirates and Saved by the Bell that called you. All right, so that's gonna do it for me. Again, I'm Justin with the Millennial Mixtape. This was the best theme song ever, episode 10. Let me know in the comments what show you'd like me to do next. Let's see if your show can do better, right? This was my show, arguably. This was my show, but didn't do great. Just again, a real quick reminder, I am doing my giveaway until August 1st. Like the video, subscribe, and comment. I'm trying to reach 100 subscribers. I'm up to 88 as of today. Very close, we're getting there. But I'm going to be giving away a $20 gift card to iTunes, or if you would prefer, a season of your favorite TV show, as my big series is Best Theme Song Ever. Give away a season of your favorite TV show through iTunes, Vudu, Amazon, or Google. So just let me know if you're the winner, which one you want, and that's what you will receive. With that, I'm going to sign off. Over here is a video that you might be interested in. Go ahead and give it a click. I'm going to go cry into my Ninja Turtles pillowcase that my wife got me for my 32nd birthday. This is going to be a hard day.